You want to go ahead?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I am Mark Flint. I have been with Kaaral for over 2 years now, and we have launched this product, Nourished, in a response to what is going on within our nation, needing free of products. So Kaaral, having been around for over 32 years, we are, it really makes me nervous to be videotaped. Okay. I've never been videotaped before. Anyway.
Yes, you have.
Cut that.
You just didn't know it.
I just didn't know it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Kaaral was founded over 32 years ago. It is located in San Salvo, Italy. Then it branched out. We're in over 32 countries. We are in over 30 of the United States. We have 2 wet lines. We actually have 3 wet lines, but 2 wet lines are offered in Florida. One is Purify, one is Pink Up. It's a very cute packaging. I brought some brochures, so if you're interested, I give you some brochures. And then we have Baco, which is our main color line that is all based on hydrolyzed silk technology. It's a 3.5 ounce tube, 100% dense gray coverage with 10 volume. And then we have Nourished, which is 100% gray coverage, PPD, sulfate-free, gluten-free. That's why we're all here today. And then we also have Baco Soft, which is our demi, okay, which you can also turn into a permanent with 30 volume. So if you want more information on Baco or Baco Soft, then we can talk about that afterwards. But today we're here for Nourished because obviously you have that need, that you are getting that request, or you have the need for that ammonia-free, PPD-free solution for your clients. So today we're gonna go over who has it. I know you guys haven't used it, but you have it.
I was using OCS, so
OCS.
I'm
Okay.
used to that and how it delivers and how it covers, and it's not gluten-free, however.
Right.
It is got wheat proteins in it, so I'm interested in the fact that this is gluten-free, and I just want to see how the coverage is as well.
Okay. Is it PPD free as well?
Yes.
Okay. And 100% gray coverage, or do you feel like it's a little on the translucent
I
side?
feel it's on the translucent side.
Yes. Okay. So, and then you are...
Use Rusk.
You use Rusk. Okay, so you're not currently offering a ammonia-free, PPD-free option?
The only ammonia-free is their dimmies.
Okay. So we're all going to learn a little bit about what Nourished is, how it works, like you asked me earlier, what makes it work. And Nourished is actually a solution to the gluten ammonia-free, PPD-free option. And so what we wanted to do was to create an oil-based color that we could use the oil as a nourishing oil for shine, strengthening, moisture, but also that it is utilized to make the color work. Okay? So I know you guys can't see it, so it's going to be more of a guide for me to stay on track, because I can get off track. All right. So Monoi. Monoi within Nourished, it is certified organic. In its purest form, it is certified organic. It was it came from ancient rituals in Tahiti. They would go to the place called Mores to have the ritual of their beauty rituals of putting the oil on their hair and their spiritual time. So that's where Monoi comes from. It is Tahitian. It actually comes from Tahiti. It's not made in another country. It comes from Tahiti, it goes to Italy, and it goes into the color. All right? What we've done is we've created a color line that will enable you to present this as a beauty ritual. Okay? So the beauty ritual being that it's we are giving you a tool of a shampoo, a conditioner, a color shield, the Monoi, the Doppio elixir. All of these things support the color. So when you're looking at other color lines, especially like an ammonia-free or a PPD-free color line, they don't actually have the support system to that color. So everything is threaded with keratin butter, Monoi. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Good.
Is this taken?
That seat is, now it is, by you. So what we're giving you is an opportunity to present this in a way that it is a ritual, and it's a ritual that offers you a retail opportunity for them to buy, take home, and sustain their color. To where everything within the whole line is PPD free, the color is PPD free, ammonia free, paraben free. All of the products are sulfate free, paraben free, gluten free. Okay? So we're going to, yes.
Sorry, can you explain what PPD is exactly?
Okay. PPD is, it's actually an additive that will be stronger in the darker shades. It is a pigment intensifier, basically. To bring all the science down to, like, layman's terms, it's a pigment intensifier.
Okay.
So when you're starting off like at around level 6 on down, it's going to be stronger. And if someone has an allergic reaction, that allergic reaction is more than likely, it's probably more likely the PPD than it is the ammonia, to be quite honest with you. The ammonia, depending upon the ammonia factor, most color lines are in an ammonia range of 4 to about 7.5% on up. So, like with ours, like we have Baco, it is less than 3% from level 1 to the high lift, to the powder lighteners, to the cream. To where most color companies will say, on average, it is 2.5%. But that doesn't mean that every product within their whole line is 2.5% or less. So basically, that's where the PPD comes in. Ammonia being when ammonia reaches the oxygen, it's utilized to open up the cuticle. So when you have colors that are either extremely low in ammonia, or when you have color lines that are ammonia-free, they're MEA-free, they're all byproducts of ammonia-free, you'll get a translucent effect. So there has to be that ability there to open the cuticle to make it all work. Okay? Oxygen is fantastic, we all need it, the hair needs it, and the pigment needs it, but to get the cuticle open, we have to have something to make it work, something to give you that coverage, okay? So, any more questions on that?
So what do y'all use instead of PPD, or what do y'all use to get the cuticle open?
Well, what we use to get the cuticle open is MEA.
Okay.
It is less than 2%. And we're actually working on an affidavit to prove that. Because it's not the MEA, that solely makes it work. It works in conjunction with the Monoi, with the oil. So
what is MEA?
Yeah,
So
on
what
that
is
sheet right there.
yeah.
What is it?
Wow, she came prepared. She came to class.
Did you bring this with you? Oh, goodness.
Oh, D.
MEA is
And it's
really
DEA as well.
Well, you have DEA and you have MEA. We are DEA free.
Okay, does
Okay.
he have another one of those?
Okay.
It's not mine. She brought it to class.
This is from.
Yeah.
Actually, can I see that really,
Yeah.
really quick?
Yeah, it's right
Okay.
there.
Oh, wonderful Numa. And I love Numa. I do. I think Numa is fantastic. All right, so we are DEA free, okay? Okay. So I think this is a classic illustration, and I love that you brought that in. I think this is a classic illustration that us as stylists are being bombarded with information from other companies. You're being bombarded with information from our company, right? Imagine how the public is being bombarded with this information. It's all on the internet. All you gotta do is punch it in, right? But what are you punching in? Where are you punching it in? What is the source? Because I can tell you that definition of MEA, there's like four other interpretations of MEA. MEA is nothing more, in layman's terms, MEA is nothing more than a minute molecule of ammonia. It is such a byproduct, it's a byproduct of ammonia that's only going to assist with the oxygen in tow to make it work. If it works, it's going to have MEA in it, or DEA. And DEA is not as good as MEA, okay? I'm not going to say DEA is bad, but I'm going to say if you would rather have one of the two, MEA is the one that you're going to want to have, okay? So it's a minute molecule byproduct of ammonia in conjunction with the wonderful certified organic Monoi that makes the hair color work. Everybody
It's almost like a
comfortable with that?
chemical reaction with the two.
Yeah, you know what it is because we don't say that it's an oil delivery system. It's not an ODS. So in the world of L'Oreal and Schwarzkopf and you have Redken Chromatics, it's not an oil delivery system. There's no oil in the developer to make it an oil delivery system. The oil is actually in the color tube. So does it work on refraction? Everybody know what refraction is? Refraction is like when you have oil and water and how it separates. Okay. Because the oil comes in and says, all right, everybody out. Right? I'm pushing everybody out. So it does work on a basis of refraction, but it's not an oil delivery system. Are we all on the same page?
I got
Yes.
a question. Okay, so if it uses MEA and it's ammonia-free, are there any other brands out there that claim to be ammonia-free, MEA-free? I mean, how do you know
Because I'm
the
being
fact?
recorded, I'm going to be really careful in answering that question. However, you know, we went through this, and I'm not saying anything that isn't readily available to anybody to read or know. But it's like, let's take L'Oreal. When they introduced ANOA, it created a firestorm within our industry. And it introduced this whole like ODS system, oil delivery system, and it was PPD free, and it was this free and that free. And in actuality, it wasn't. It wasn't. They had to take it back, totally reformulate. They were getting inconsistent results because of the way the system worked. It was like a 3 or 4 step process. To where other companies were coming out saying, and I don't want to get sidetracked, but I do have like a spreadsheet that tells you like Schwarzkopf, these are what we have, this is what we don't have in our color, this is what they have, you know, so on and so forth and right here. If you want to see that after class, I'm more than willing to sit down and show that to you.
Well, I guess my question really is it possible that, and I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
No.
And just remember, this is just for our
Yeah.
company thing. It's nothing going to go outside.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get this question answered for myself.
Yeah.
Is it possible that any other company can have an ammonia-free color that works that does not have either one, ammonia or MEA?
Yeah, not possible.
It's exact. That's
Not possible.
It's not possible.
Because that's what I'm really getting at. Because
Yeah,
depends
it's
on who
not.
you want to believe, because
Right.
until you really
if
put
it
it to the
doesn't
grindstone,
have-
you don't know if they're telling the truth or not.
If you see why I was practicing earlier, 'cause I was like, I'm gonna fall right on my butt. No, I think Rich brings up a very, very good point. Do you want to give your clients 100% gray coverage? Yes.
Well, they
Do
want.
they expect it?
They expect it,
Yes.
absolutely, otherwise they wouldn't get the.
So what avenue can we take? Because if there's no MEA, DEA, or ammonia in it, it's going to be henna.
Yeah.
I don't wanna argue, because I don't.
No, please do.
But, OCS, like we said, is translucent.
Yes.
Now, that's what I have on my hair right now. Now, my hair is that gray. That is my whole
That's
head is
your
that
natural.
color. That's my
Okay.
natural color is gray. And this is, it's due to be colored because I have a huge line of regrowth, but I get 100% coverage from it. But the problem with the OCS is when you get into the lighter shades,
Okay.
into the level 8s, 9s, 10s, those are the ones that don't give the 100% coverage.
Okay.
But the dark shades do. And that's what amazes me because there is no MEA or DEA in it.
But it's more pigment in the darker. It has to.
Right, there's
It's
more
got
pigment.
more
Well, to be quite honest with you,
They say that.
it's somewhere.
That has to
That's
be.
what I.
This-
It's somewhere. I'm not gonna.
Going back to the whole Anuma thing,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what we learned from them, there's not always truth in
Yeah.
Right.
the label.
Because let's say, okay, all right. Here's a good one. All right. I'm gonna just talk about us. So we took out gluten. So we had to come up with an alternative
To gluten.
to be a thickener because
Something has to
gluten,
thicken it,
wheat,
right.
is a thickener to thicken, make it creamy. Make the color creamy. So they came up with the most natural and organic possible option to do that. Can I sit here and really tell you what it is? And if you look at the back of the box, is it going to pop out at you that that's what it is? Because when we get into those areas, it doesn't affect what the purpose of the color is. The purpose of the color is that it's gluten-free. So as long as it's gluten-free, we don't need to get into the whole deep chemistry of, well, what did we replace it with? However, I can assure you that all ingredients are of the highest grade and of the most pure form within itself. Now, why I'm saying all that is if we look at the color line that you're using, can we look at the back of the box and totally research it backwards and forwards? Because if it is covering gray, albeit translucent, is it translucent to where it's staining and staying? Or is it really getting into the hair shaft and changing the color of the hair? Does that make sense? Do you see where I'm going with
Can we
that?
stick to the color line?
Go ahead.
Yeah, but
I'll ask you
no.
questions after class.
No, but do you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying though? And I appreciate what you're saying too.
It's gonna be lost here.
Yeah, I know,
Color
because we
lines.
can get a little lost and it can get a little convoluted with so much that's out there right now. But I think on one hand, it's good for you to hear that argument because if you have that person that comes in talking from a business standpoint and they say, yeah, but what makes it work? It's like, how do I answer that question? How do I approach that situation? Because you got to know kind of where you're going with it.
Because they know.
Because they know, absolutely.
And if they don't know, they'll do their research.
And if they don't know, they're gonna do their research.
And where will they get their information? It
That's
could
all
not
I'm
be from a
saying.
reliable